Boom! Whoa! What a week, man, with Bitcoin pumping all week long. Oh, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you are. Thank you for joining in this crypto revolution party. I'm here joined with Mr. M. How you doing, Mr. M?
Hey, Da Vinci, I have something to show you. Gains.
The gains are loading, man. Hey, loading, man. And you can load them up at CoinW.DaVinciJ15.com, man. Oh, wow. It's just incredible, guys. You know what? I hope if you're watching this video, you are participating and making great gains in this crypto space. If you are, please leave a comment and say, hey, you know what? I got 500%, 100%, 50%, 20%. Tell us what your percentage is in the comment section below. And and pat yourself on the back.
Yeah, indeed. What a week. I mean, we caused the pump on the live show with the moon yesterday, which was insane. Are you expecting another leg up? What's your view? What do you think?
Well, yesterday was not the same day for people who are watching this. It was a Wednesday. But yeah, we saw the pump. And then we got into another live show. I don't know if you saw that at Mende's house, right?
Yeah.
We saw with Eunice and I and Carl. And yeah, it was interesting. We actually shorted it a little bit. I made a little bit of money on that. And then, I got out pretty quickly because thank goodness, because I knew Bitcoin, it's just a freight train to get in front of for the short. So guys, be careful if you're thinking of shorting out there. But if you're interested in shorting, you could do so at CoinW.DaVinciJ15.com.
Yeah, indeed. There's going to be a lot of volatility coming in, right? I've seen you guys going live from Mende's. I was like, oh my, I couldn't sleep last night, to be honest. I tried, but I had the Bitcoin ghost on my shoulder.
This is like, wake up, Bitcoin, leave me alone, man. Leave me alone.
Exactly. I wanted to sleep, but no way, ain't happening.
I'm trying to be a productive human being here, Bitcoin. Leave me alone.
Indeed. Indeed.
Damn. Well, yes, it is an exciting times here in this space. I hope you guys are joining in the fun. And if you're wondering, okay, am I too late? Is it can I get into this huge bull run? I mean, it went from $1 from pennies to $63,000, and actually 64 was the last high that as we're recording this. We could be even higher. We could be at an all-time high as this video is aired. And you're wondering, I don't know what to do. Yeah, guess what? You're not too late. Don't you think? You're not too late.
I agree. I think the fun has yet to begin, right? We haven't even gone over the all-time high, which is, let's call it 70,000 or 69 something. So some people are taking profit. Hey, it's entirely up to you. I think a DCA strategy could be potentially in play. But until we go over the 70K, I'm not bothered. I don't know how you feel it, but I think it's early to take profits, which means you can jump in, right? Still a good time. Exactly.
And I think you'll see Bitcoin well over 150K in 12 months. Easy. That's a low ball estimate for Bitcoin. And so it is not too late. And you need some help probably to, set up your account. You could do so, right? But just first go open up an account at CoinW.DaVinciJ15.com. And we have a special group for all of you guys, right? A special group in Telegram. And here, let me just bring it up for you guys. It's right here. You can see in this group, you'll have everything you need, right? So, to support, to hold you through, setting up the account, trading on the account, actually making money on these accounts. And there's lots of groups here that will, and lots of people in here that will help you in this Telegram group, right? And there's lots of different areas that you can explore. And now, of course, you'll see my videos, of course.
Nice. My favorite is daily wins. You can see all the profit coming through. It's really nice.
Exactly.
Yeah, look at that. 21,
yes, very
33.
Nice. Very nice.
That then coming.
Very, very nice. All right. So, I mean, we could talk about trading here, but it's going to be a little bit off because of the fact that this is going to be aired on Saturday. But what you could do, right, is if it depends on where we are on the price. Let's see here. This is USDT Ethereum. Let's go to BTC. Bitcoin looks like it's ready for another run, basically up to the $65,000 mark, just by this little W or coin, a cup and handle. And also Ethereum has the same thing. If we're at 69,000, I think this. If we were at 69,000 by the weekend, I think it's time for a short, honestly, because the weekly candle, right, will look absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how it's going to end up in March, like we discussed the other day, right? Because February is the best performing month. I think second to October, or maybe it's a tough time between them. But March, not so much. And February is ending actually soon, right? So, and by the time you guys are watching this, probably we are in March already. So like you said, maybe we can see both. We can see another little pump to the 69 or something, and then March is going to kick in, and then we might see a correction.
Exactly. Yes. So, yeah, I think we were looking for March correction, but these corrections are usually quick and fast, especially since there's only 21 million Bitcoin. And how many on the total number of millionaires in the world? Does it give you all the total number? Let's just say North America. Yeah, so these are 26 million millionaires. Worldwide, you're talking 62 million millionaires.
There you go. Plus
62 million. So not every one of them will get a full Bitcoin. So why don't you take some of those Bitcoins off prevent them from actually having some Bitcoin, right? And hold it, right? Do you hold your Bitcoin so that these guys, they have to give you some outrageously high price?
Oh yeah, 100%. And then, like you said, technically it's 21, but it's not 21 because you need to take away the one they've gone lost, which is more or less 4%. The one MicroStrategy has, which they're not going to sell. The one that you have, the one that I have, another hodler generals, they're not going to sell. So some have not been minted yet. So how much is the supply in the market? I mean, if you think about it, it's not much. So maybe 10 million, maybe? I don't know. But it's a small number.
So even if you get fractions of it, you are taking away from the supply so that a millionaire can't get his whole Bitcoin, basically. So a lot of millionaires are not they're not gonna accept that, right? They want to be, the guy that has, I got a whole Bitcoin, just like they got a Bugatti, they got a private jet, right? They want to show off they got a whole Bitcoin. And that's going to be the case because Bitcoin has now been accepted on the mainstream media. We have an ETF. It is part of our society and it's not going anywhere. And if you're not buying some, you're missing out on a huge opportunity, right? And so make sure you head over to coinw.davincij15.com, right? So that you can actually participate in some bonus. I got like $10 today when I logged in. I wish I showed you that. Gave me $10 USD for logging in. And so, you could actually get some cash to do some trading on the exchange. So do so right here. Just head over to, let me show you. Yeah, DJ15 Token is doing very well. Look at that.
Yeah, nice. Look at that pump. I know you're going to burn a lot more, right?
Yes, I am. Yeah, there's more come to be burnt in the future. And so, the only way to get into this private group, is by entering here at coinw.davincij15.com. All right. Well, what do you think the future is going to hold with Bitcoin? What's your Bitcoin prediction for 2025? How high do you think it's going to go?
Oh, I like that. I mean, I think, like you said, by the end of the year, by the year end, we're going to revisit the all-time high for sure. So definitely 70K in play before the end of the year, maybe even more, like you said, 100K. I've been playing a very conservative, scenario in my mind. but has gone in the bin in the past 24 hours. Because I was thinking maybe 120, 150,000 by maybe end of 2025. That's kind of when I see the market topping up, maybe October, November next year. But now that I'm seeing those couple of $1,000 candles in no time, I'm like, maybe this is a super cycle. Like, we just entered a parabola, and the top of the parabola is 90,000 more or less. And we haven't even seen the halving yet. So in less than 60 days, there's going to be 450 Bitcoin available to scoop up. And yesterday alone, I mean, talking about Thursday, so Wednesday this week, ETFs have bought over 10,000. So there is a 10,000 need, and there is a 900 for now, for the next 2 months, and then it's going to be 450. So this is going to skyrocket into maybe $250,000, you know? Maybe it's in play. What do you think?
Wow. You know what? I would like to know, what's your crypto journey? How were you afraid when you first got into Bitcoin? Were you afraid to buy it? Or was there any fear factor? Because I know I was a little bit skeptical and fearful at first, and I was slow to jump in, but I did finally jump in, right? So how did you feel about it when you first heard about it?
Do you know the graph that shows a different stage of emotion? So first time I went into it in 2013, I had no idea what I was doing. Honestly, I don't even have custody. I've lost all my Bitcoin. So I just I don't know. My brother introduced me to it and said, hey, here's some money, get some Bitcoin, whatever, man. I like the idea. No idea what I was doing. The cycle after 2017, I was like, we're going to $1 million per coin. No clue. It's like pure FOMO into it, right? Now, the last one was the most brutal for me because I was basically all in the UK and I wanted to move to Dubai. So I had a target in mind, which was set at 100K, and I would have started unloading some of my investments to then rebuy then back only when we went over certain targets. And my DCA would have started at 80,000. So imagine me going to my boss, hey, YOLO, I'm out, Dubai, baby, I've done it, see ya. Landing in Dubai, everything crashes. And I'm like, I don't have a job. I can't sell my asset now because it's gone to 15,000, right? It's too low. So it was really brutal. I had a fear. For the first time, I've made a mistake was when Bitcoin went down to 3,000 in the cycle before, right? I was like, okay, I've made a mistake. Massive mistake.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't sell any, by the way. Ever since I started my journey, I have not sold one single Satoshi yet. But I was afraid. I was like, $3,000. I was like, okay, that's it. I've made a massive mistake. I'm ruined all my money because I went all in, right? I was like, I made a mistake. I should have sold at 15, 16, 19. Massive mistake. I'm an idiot, blah, 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 whatever. But I didn't sell any and I kept it. Now, this cycle is going to be my cycle. I've been saying it for quite a few months because I have the conviction, I've been here for, 11 years. Mm-hmm. So I know where we are going. But going back to your questions, I want to try and stay more realistic because I don't want to give myself another target saying 200,000 because what if we are not getting there, right? So I want to try and use time as well as price targets combined to, because I need to cash out a little bit to be able to survive the next 4 years because winter is coming, right? Maybe not. Maybe this is a super cycle. Who knows? But I feel like you said the other day, I feel like since the last cycle has gone under a little bit. Everyone was calling for 100K. We're going to 70. Maybe this cycle we go over expectations. What do you think? How do you feel?
Yeah, I get that feeling that we're going to be well over expectations because so many people have conservative numbers nowadays that we might do something absolutely spectacular. So I remember back in when Bitcoin was $150 and bouncing around the $200 to $300 level, I remember doing some analysis saying that Bitcoin was going to go to 20K, and I rejected it. I was like, there's just no way it can do 20K. Right?
It's not going to happen.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, and my expectation was like, 3K, 5K or something like that. Very low back in that time. And so now my expectations is low too. So we could see something absolutely, most people's expectations extremely low. So we could see something outside of the norm this time around. So make sure you participate. You head over to coinw.davincij15.com. You get some crypto because, buckle up, friends. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Cheers.
Cheers.